Hello. Hello everyone. So my name is Indred Bhia. Uh, I'm a sixth semester student. I'm doing my BTech in computer science in Assam Moscow University. And I'll be presenting this paper. Actually, it is like I don't know much about hacking. I'm just learning, so don't be hard on me. So let's see. The topic is looting our bank savings using Digital India. So I dedicate this paper to my parents because they gave me the courage and freedom to follow my heart. Uh, so here's something I call as shameless self-promotion. So I'm just a common guy who is interested in security. I started, I developed an interest when I was in class 8. I have contributed security to companies like Samsung, HCL, WhatsApp, etc. I developed the smallest possible code of 2 KB which could crash WhatsApp. Like earlier, there was one hacker, he did the same in 7 MB and claimed that it is not possible below that. I did the same in 2 KB. When WannaCry was out, I created a small tool called as WannaSmile, which could help people like secure themselves. It was widely used, and even in India, many security companies were suggesting it. And then these are other things. So let's start. So before starting, over the last few weeks, a lot of things happened in the banking sectors. Like there is one guy who ran away with 11,000 crore, right? I hope everyone knows. So because of that, like I had to remove few of the flaws because I don't want to like fall into legal things. So I removed few of the flaws. So all the flaws that I'll be discussing in this paper are fixed. So nothing to be worried about. All the flaws are either reported by me or some other people. Unfixed flaws will not be discussed in this paper. And this is only for educational purpose. I hope you know what it means. So on 8 November 2016, two major things happened in the world. The first one was Donald Trump was elected as US president. And here in India, our Prime Minister Modi, he announced demonetization. Now I don't know which one was like more bad, the first one or the second one, right? So it's up to you to decide. But due to this demonetization, a lot of things happened in our country. The first is because like people were running out of physical money. And people were like, they had two main issues. The first one is that they have to deposit money, their old notes, and then they have to collect new notes. And this gave rise to something called as cashless economy. And this was the right time where like Paytm growth was at its peak, and government was thinking we must do something about it, and they came up with Bhim and other applications. But what I think is, it was not that suddenly our Prime Minister came and announced demonetization. He planned a lot of things. So a lot of things happened before that breaking news. What our government did is that they made it easy for people to create bank accounts. And here I come to the first flaw, that is flaw in passbook printing machines. So let's see what it is. So people who don't know what is a passbook machine, passbook, it is simply like a book where all your the bank details are present. It is mainly used like these days in very few countries, because in other countries they don't use it because everything happens online. But here in India it is still being used. This is because here in India like the connectivity is very less. But now we have Jio, but earlier it was less. And like we Indians, we like to keep record of everything, right? Like where we spend, where we collect. So passbook is a perfect thing. So what government did before demonetization is that they made sure everyone had a bank account. So they did something called as Jan Dhan Yojana. I hope everyone knows about it. So it was so successful that on the first day itself, almost 1.5 crore bank accounts were created across the country. And it was so popular that 20 chief ministers started on their own in their own states. So what was the outcome? Like millions of bank accounts created. But this created a big problem. That is, when new people joined the bank, how passbooks were updated earlier, manually, right? So this was the condition. People had to wait. And it was a very slow and time-consuming process. So in 2016, SBI came up with something called as this machine. Self-help printing machine, where like you just go, you enter your passbook, and then everything will come printed automatically. So it was like a magic, it was like a big help for everyone out there. And it was so popular that this service was rolled out in more than 30,000 branches. And you won't believe, our neighboring countries like Nepal, Thailand, and few more, even they started using the same. And guess what? The Flaw is present in all the systems that are used in all the countries. And we Indians, we are very expert in copying things, right? Uber to Ola, Amazon to Flipkart. So soon after SWAM was released, many other banks made their own SWAM. Okay, very good. But how this printing machine work? They paste a barcode on your passbook. Then you go to the machine, you insert the passbook, and your order details comes out. That's how it works. So what is the flaw? So only barcode was used at authentication, which is most stupid thing that can be done by any organization. And most of this bank, they use your account number as the barcode data. And as we know that account numbers are public, right? If I have to send money to you, I will ask you your account number and you will give me, right? That is correct way to do it. So in that way, I can spoof it and I can make a barcode out of it, paste it on my passbook and get your details. And just think, we everyone, we like to keep our financial details personal, right? So what will happen if a third party knows that you are acting like a poor, but you have curse of money in your bank account, right? It will be a very dangerous thing. So that was the flaw. So this is how you just scan, you will get the account number. Here you will get the account number, so I have blurred it. Here also the same. So you understood the risk, right? So the tool demo. So what I did is, I created one tool because there was some problem. Now what is the problem? Just by getting a bank account number, it is difficult to determine which bank it is. First thing. Second is that even if I know, I'm not sure if that bank has this flaw or not. And third is that if I want to find more flaws in other account, what to do? So I created a very small tool. Using this, I was able to do a lot of things. Let me show you. Okay, so here is the tool. Okay, so as you can see here, here I can do three main things. I can check if, based on our account number, if that account I can see the details or not. Second is, I can generate random account number from a specific bank. And third is, I can generate a barcode. I'll be showing you a small demo, how it can be used. You can, just give me a minute. As you can see here, this is just a simple complaint form, right? This guy, he said he has some problem and he gave his bank account number, right? So in just simple, if I use this tool, you see he used a UCO bank, and it is true that the flaw is there. And then I can just create a barcode out of it. Generate barcode. I go here. Just give me some time. We'll get back to it afterwards. Okay, so let's come to the second flaw. And second flaw is very interesting. I was able to take out anyone's money. First one was that I was only able to see money, right? But even if you have 10 crores, if I only see, it's not the use, right? The second flaw, I was able to take out the money, and it is very interesting how I was able to do it. So before going to second flaw, so what is the solution for the first flaw? It's very simple, right? Don't use only one authentication for such a important thing. Use other things you can, apart from your barcode, you can use maybe your ATM PIN number or your biometrics or OTP, anything you can use it. But the problem is that these machines are already made. Now, when I talk with banks, like they're finding it difficult to integrate the other like components to it. So let's come to second flaw, government-based wallet flaw. Now, during demonetization, like when people are running out of physical money, everyone used Paytm, right? Paytm was growing like anything. At that time, like our central government, they launched something called as Bhim, right? Now our state governments are like why we will be back, right? We are also like the same level. So they too started creating their own wallets. Like Telangana started this wallet, then Andhra Pradesh started the second one, and I am from Assam, and Assam government started something called as Toka Paisa, and they went one step ahead. They even created some cards like that, and they said that all their government transactions will be done using our service. And in order to, like, this is called as Bazaar card. It means like if you go shopping, you can use this card. And since it is launched by government, a lot of people trust them. So on the day of the launch itself, I found a flaw by which I was like able to take out anyone's money. I found about 3 or 4 flaws. I cannot show every flaw, but I'll be showing one flaw. Let me make it fast. So it's not like that only Assam government app has the flaw. If you try and see the other government app, they too have many flaws. The problem is that during demonetization, the time period was very less, right? And when central government started their own Bhim app, state government was like, why we will stay back? We will start our own. And they invested not much in security. That's the biggest problem. And due to which these kind of flaws we get to see. It's a very simple flaw. I found 3 flaws. Other flaws are a bit critical, which I won't be showing because some are not yet fixed. This one is fixed because I reported. Others I will not be showing. So as you can see here, it's a simple bypass. So I was able to bypass and I was able to get into anyone's account. And since it was linked with your bank, I can transfer it to my account. Okay, simple. Okay, third flaw is the Bhim flaw. Okay, even our central government, when they started Bhim, now Bhim is very secured, I agree, but initially when they started, they had a lot of flaws. Like if you just Google it, you will find there are almost 8 to 10 flaws. So I'll be just covering 2 interesting flaws, which I think is interesting. First one is that when it was launched the very first day, users were able to send money to themselves. So what is the risk, you might ask, right? If I create a tool which sends 1 rupee to my account only, if I run it in a loop, I can take down the entire system, right? It will be a lot of traffic in their system. The system will crash. So that was the flaw. It was on the very first day it was found and just reported and it got fixed. Now the flaw is not there, but you just think of the risk. And now let's see the second flaw. It is a privacy flaw. Second flaw. So the thing is in Truecaller, it is not effective. Most of the time we can change names, right? We change our friend's name. But in Bhim, whenever we send money, when we enter out a phone number, they show us the name, right? But the problem here is that even if we enter random numbers, if that number is registered, it will show us the correct name. And I'll be showing you in the later part how we can use this thing, the name, to to attack the user in some other way. So this was the second flaw that was found in Bhim. There are many more flaws that are used in Bhim and UPI. In fact, you might think this is a small flaw, but there is a very simple flaw found in UPI used by Bank of Maharashtra. And using this flaw, you won't believe 25 crore rupees were taken out using that simple flaw. And it was so simple that even a person with no coding skills might able to do it. So next flaw that I'll be discussing is about credit card flaw. So before going more into it, I'll ask one question. So what makes online transaction in India much secure than other countries? Anyone? Yes, exactly. RBI has done one of the best thing is that in any online transaction in India, OTP is mandatory. Like if you go to other countries, if you see OTP is not required. That's why most of our carding and other hacking, they target mostly international cards, because what they'll do is that they'll just create one fake, let's say e-commerce website. They'll take your card details in that way, and then they'll take out your money. But that thing cannot be done in India because of OTP, right? And OTP is mandatory in India. But what if I say if I bypass OTP? Then it will be same, right? We say that we are more secure in online transaction because of OTP. But if OTP is removed, everything is gone. So these are the things that are needed in India to carry out transactions. First is your 16-digit card number. It is static. It will be same always. Next is your credit card expiry date. It will be also static. It is like same throughout. Next is your CVV. It is also static. And at last, OTP. It is dynamic. So how it was bypassed is that here are the steps. It is fixed, by the way. Log into your SBI account. After you logged in, go to your payments. And then click on quick transfers. Then choose like whom you want to give your money. Then click on OTP and confirm. Now, in OTP, they will have this parameter. You just use maybe Barb Suite you can use. You will see this parameter, smart OTP flag equal to Y. Then they will send you a OTP. Now, just change it to smart OTP flag equal to N. Then even if you enter any password, any OTP, or even if you don't enter, your money will be sent. And we have a demo here. Let me make it fast. Okay, we'll enter the name here, account number, amount. Now, as you can see here, I click on online OTP. Online OTP, when you click on online OTP, they send the OTP to your SBI app. Confirm. Here it is. Change it. Go. You see, it is as simple as that. We often when I come to Nullcon, like some talks, it goes above my head, like what they are talking. But the thing is, like in real life, most of the attacks are done in a very simple way, and like the results are like very big. So we must know that as well. So here, if you see, check the account, it's gone. And it's not like it's only in SBI. In other banks too, you can bypass OTP in similar ways. So just think about it. Once this OTP protection is gone, how vulnerable your online transactions are. Because these days we all use online transaction a lot. Wait. Okay, now next flaw is called as fetch personal information. Now I'll be linking this flaw to the previous flaw, and you can see like how things are related to each other. And it is based on your creativity, how you link and how much destruction you can cause. Okay, so information which can be retrieved are your account username, your full name, account number, IFSC code, date of birth, email ID, and full name. Now, how to do it? So in SBI, whenever you click on like forget password, you need to submit a form to the branch, and that forms come in PDF way, right? And in that PDF, guess what? all the details are pre-filled. Fine. Now you might ask, okay, what is the risk? This is the risk. This is the link. Just change the reference number and download how many field data you want. Okay. Now I'll tell you one interesting thing. Let's say when I tried, one of my friend, he too tried. He got more than 8 lakhs of data. Now the interesting thing is that, let's say I have your account number. I'll use it on the first floor. I'll get to know how much bank balance you have, right? And if you are from my state, I can take out your money. And if you're not from my state, I can kidnap you. That's the risk, right? And the thing is that that's the current scenario of security that we have right now. Okay, at last I will go to Adhaar Based e-KYC Flaw. If you are active on Twitter, you might know these days there are few 2-3 hackers who are finding a lot of flaws in Aadhaar, right? So those are very big flaws. So this is a very small flaw that I'll be discussing, but the impact is very big. So these days, KYC is done using Aadhaar details. If you use this app called as ZepPay, it is mainly for cryptocurrency transactions. So you just enter your Aadhaar number or you just enter your name, date of birth, and other details. Then it will match, and KYC is done in just few seconds. So how they do it? So using this loophole, anybody can use Aadhaar demographic authentication by sending through NSDL servers. The thing is that I'll be talking more about it. In Aadhaar, the way they have designed it is that whenever you send an API request, they will know who is sending. And it is mostly divided into 2 categories, which I'll be discussing. The first is, what is Aadhaar API? So UIDAI, they provide different APIs using which you can perform either KYC, e-KYC, or e-signature, etc. Now it is divided into 2 parts. You need to understand this. First one is called as AUA, Authentication User Agencies. These are the people who have access to this Aadhaar information so that they can do the KYC thing. In India, only as of now, 304 agencies have this information. Big players like BSNL and others companies. And it is not you can just go and register yourself. It's very difficult. The Aadhaar, they do a very deep, you need to fill up a lot of forms and all formalities to become the first category. And second is authentication user agencies. This is very easy. Now, how it works is that, let's say let me explain here. Let's say you BSNL have AUA access, fine. Now let's say I have a startup and I want to do e-KYC because everyone is doing that and it is cool. So what I'll do is I'll apply for a sub AUA. Then sub AUA will have access from BSNL. Now understand this. This is my startup, and this is a sub AUA, and this is AUA. Now whenever I send a API request, first it will go to this. He will know which startup has sent, and he will send to this. And he will know which SOA have sent it. And he will send the request to Aadhaar. So Aadhaar will know that, okay, this guy have sent it. He will know this guy, he will know this guy. So, so that you cannot tamper anything, you cannot do any wrong thing. Now what if we can bypass it and we can find details and the blame goes to someone else? See, this is how the API thing works. You enter your Aadhaar details, Aadhaar number, then you enter your date of birth, name, gender, address. They will give you either yes or no. Now, this is the flaw. I use this website used by PAN card department. And here, as you can see, the star you can see here. Here you just put any person's Aadhaar number and name, date of birth, and their gender. And if everything is correct, you will get a pass. If it is wrong, then you will get a fail. And Aadhaar will think that a PAN card department is doing this. And if you just create a tool, you can you can get details of a lot of people, and like all details are 100% correct. And we all know if we get 100% correct details like date of birth and other things, we can do a lot of things. Now this brings to an important topic. From this Flaw, I get to know your name, date of birth, everything. From the previous Flaw, I got your bank account number and your email ID. From first Flaw, I got to know how much balance you have. Now with these details, if I mail you saying that I am from a bank, this much is your money, this is this, so there's a very less chance that someone will not trust. And it's a perfect way of doing a social engineering. This is the Flaw. As you can see here, I'm not sure if it is visible or not. First, I have entered the correct details. I got a pass. Then I have changed the date of birth. I got a fail. Next, I have changed everything. Correct information, I got pass. This was the Flaw, and it all depends on you how you connect the dots and how you can like expand more. So that's all from my side. You can connect me here. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and this is my website, hackadik.com. So thank you all. And also, at last, I would like to thank my friend Rishikesh Burman and Sai Krishna for their help and support. And also Nullcon for like helping me come to this stage. Thank you.